What up, guys? It's Black Moezart. So we're gonna go over the GBP chef, and we're gonna go over a few things today, and hopefully I can help you understand a little bit more why I trade this pair. Just get your notepad and pen, and we're gonna go over this. Just make sure you keep and look at only the highlighted stuff. That's the stuff I highlighted that I really feel that's pertinent to this class. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can move my cursor over there. There we go. All right, so we're gonna go to it's popular. I say to me, it's popular to trade. GBP pairs are popular to trade, should I say? But this pair in particular is highly predictable. It's news resistance. That's what I noticed that when news comes out, it normally doesn't really. You don't really see big spikes like you would the other pairs. It's mild volatility. It's easy to understand, and since the UK and Switzerland have broadly similar economies, most never affected by U.S. Mostly, it's never really affected by the U.S. news, but in gold, it is. I know it's affected by gold. All right. So the factors that influence GBP shift is the eurozone economy, economic events and development. So when you're looking at the forex factory, excuse me, when you're looking at forex factory, you want to make sure you look at the GBP um, and the chef news, of course, and then also the Euro news. You want to make sure you look at that, such as and also commodities such as gold and silver. All right. The role of the chef is simply staying on top of this UK Swiss financial news. All right, and also monitor correlated pairs. So I want you to write this down. Another correlated pair is the chef euro and the price of gold, partly due to the fact that the vast majority of Switzerland wealth is backed by immense gold reserves. All right. All right. Also have a rigid exit strategy. Always, always, always use a stop loss. All right. Always use your stop loss. All right. When to buy and sell GBP chef. I traded during London session. All right. London session, and I'll go over the times later. But the London session was are between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Mountain Time. All right, just remember that. We'll go over the times a little bit later, per se. So I trade London. That's when it's the most liquid, and also right. I would say from 2 to 5 is when it's most liquid. When I notice, and then from 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time, because I'm on Central Standard Time, so everything is an hour behind. All right, trading GBP is chef, straightforward and predictable. It is predictable, which is exactly why I think it's a popular pair with the retail traders. Even though some might not think that, but I think it's popular in my book. Like I said, GBP is popular. All right, profits. Even though it is an easy pair to trade, doesn't make it doesn't make profits. Let me say this again. Just because you're trading it is one thing, but making profits is quite another. All right, it's not the most volatile pair, so don't expect to kill it overnight. I'm not gonna lie, it's not Bitcoin. All right, it's not Nas. It's not what are the other pairs? US 30, German 30. It's not none of those. It's not cryptocurrency. It don't move fast. It's pretty slow. So if you're looking at a less volatile pair, when you can have a good exit strategy, just in case your bias is wrong, make sure you this pair is one of those good pairs to trade. All right. All right. So in conclusion, let me go back. So even during these periods of time, the GBP is highly volatile against currencies such as euro and US dollars. You are unlikely to see any major movements on a GBP chef. And for the most part, I've been trading it over a year now. For the most part, you don't see any big spikes when news come out. So to me, it's news resistant. And remember this correlated pair. Let's go back over here to chef euro. That's the correlated pair. So I don't trade that pair. I'm just saying it's a correlated pair. So when it moves one way, then GBP chef moves the other way. So in conclusion, this is a currency pair that involves two of the world's most important financial centers, as well as two countries that almost half of all forex traders actually cleared. All right, so we're going to go to the next one. Here's what I said about the best times. And I trade the London session. I'm in Central Standard Time, so I have to get up pretty early in the morning. But like I said, right here, let me see if you can see my arrow. 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. That is when I catch most of my trades, 20 to 30 pips, and then I'm done for the day, as well as 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. And this is when the market opens. So 10 a.m. 8:30 a.m. my time, or I say Eastern time. That's around 7 o'clock here. So that's when it makes its big moves and doing cross markets. So and I noticed with this pair, and I'll show you later, is during this time is actually and we'll go into the charts. We'll go into it later. And then I noticed that around there's a low between 5 and 7. So if you don't catch a trade between 2 to 5, leave it alone from 5 to 7, and then you'll start catching the trades back around 8:30 time frame. All right, so here's the Black Moezart strategy. What I said, I look on the 1 hour most of the time, but then you can also look at. Let me turn this thing off. Here we go. So the 15-minute chart or the 1 hour. I say the 1 hour chart for active lifestyles. The reason why I say the active lifestyle is because if you can't monitor a trade or you too busy, you can check on the chart every hour or whatever, every other hour, see how it's closing, and it'll give you signals that if it's closing in your bias to where you can actually jump in the trade. All right, for the sell setup, we'll go over here. We'll look at this. It's look for a strong Heikin-Ashi candle closing under the 55. I use the 55. If you look over here, the Heikin-Ashi is closing under the 55. Boom, a strong. And if you don't know what Heikin-Ashi candles are, I have some classes on my YouTube channel. You can go back and look at that as far as that goes. But just look at here. It's actually closed. Remember, sell candles, no top wicks, only bottom wicks, strong bodies. If you see that right here, boom. All right, you wait for one to close, and then you jump in at the halfway point. Look at currency strength meter. I always look at the currency strength meter. The biggest thing I always look for is the news. The news. I always look at that. All right, and then I go. Let me see. Let me take this out of here. All right. Let me see. Let me pull up Forex Factory for you. All right, and then I'm gonna move it over here. So here's the news right here. All right. So Thursday you had the euro, the monetary policy statement, which came out today. And if you don't know how to find that, you can actually go to this website right here. I was just watching it. All right, you can go to the just look at this right here. I'll put this. I'll let you see this for a second. I'm not gonna put it up there, but if you just go to the euro, European Central Bank, type that in Google, and you can go to monetary policy decisions. And then you can check this out right here. And you actually have if you go to the media, click on the media. And then you can go to press releases, press conferences, monetary decisions. And this has to do a lot with, the interest rate and the inflation of that country. And that can actually determine how you're going to take the trade. So right now, I think the euro or the inflation rate for the euro is actually going up. It's like, I think she said it's about 3.4 over the normal average 2.0 where they want them to have it. All right. So, and in turn, you see on the chart that is for the last half a month, you see it's been going down, about since the 15, let me look, since the 20th, it's been in a sell circuit going downward. So we're going to go for that. Let me get this up here so I don't mess around and do this again. All right, so just make sure every time before you take a trade, you actually look at that. So let's pull this back up. All right, on the presentation. All right, so warning, you make sure you make sure before you take some of these trades, you make sure the day before you're looking at your actual resistance. So look at your left. Make sure you draw your support and resistance. I normally only do 20 pips and I get out. If I'm taking a longer term trade, then 2 or 3 day trade, then because I see that bias going in my direction and the news and everything, the fundamental analysis lined up. If you're new to this, if you don't understand New York, don't trade the GBP chef during New York after 10 o'clock. I would say after 10 o'clock. All right. Always wait for the second candle to close. All right, even if you have a strong candle underneath the 55, normally wait for it to close, okay? Wait for it to close. Do not enter any trades like I told you earlier. Try not to enter any trades between 6 and 8:45, all right? So let's go over this again. All right, so same thing with the buy setup. You want to make sure on the buy Heikin-Ashi candles, you look at, I'm put these right here. You see the buy, and then you get in on the second candle. All right, if you know about Heikin-Ashi candles, it's the price average, so it always enters you. The candles always start at the half of the price of the candle closing before it. All right, if you look at no bottom wicks above the 55, same thing. Make sure it didn't bounce off support, and it's not headed in that bounce off that support or whatever the case may be. Just make sure you look to the left and right and draw your support and resistance. If I'm moving too fast, just go back and rewind the video. All right. Like I said, if you're new, do not trade it during New York session after 10 o'clock. All right. So just wait for the strong Heikin-Ashi candles and key. All right. So we're going to go into the charts, and I'm going to pull this up. All right. So make sure you always look, just do a little research. This is what I tell you to do do a little research. And if you pull up monetary policies, I look at this. A lot of this stuff is actually good. The monetary policy decisions, the key ECB interest rates. It tells you exactly, this is the fundamental analysis. It tells you exactly what it's going to do within the near future. All right. So if you're just thinking, if you're going off a technical analysis and then that's it, and you don't really know how the candles are moving, you're kind of doing yourself an injustice. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to how I look at it. All right. So this is the 1 hour chart, right? It's the 1 hour chart. And what I do is I mark it off. Boom, boom. Matter of fact, I'm going to go over here. And if you see how the Heikin-Ashi candles, it gives you a little bit less price noise. But for here, so we can rewind, and we're going to go through this step by step. And I've taken these trades this week. We're going to go step by step. All right, we're going to go back. And this is what I do during the Asian session. This is just me. You don't have to do this. I box it off. And then I wait for it to open up. Let me go to this. Let me see if I have it open. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through. This is the Asian session right here. I have it boxed off right here. And this is an indicator that I like to use, the Asian session. If you look at this Asian session range, you can go over there and then, pull that up. All right. I normally have the London session box open. All right. And then I have the New York session box open as far as the London, Tokyo, and New York. All right. So what I do is I box this off, right? It's the key things I look at for my trades, right? All right. And then I'm going to just box this off for you real quick. I'm not going to take that much time. Box these off. So I always look at the upper and lower. All right. Let me make these yellow. This is just me. I like it to be yellow, okay? And we go for that. All right, so look. If you look at it, I look at Heikin-Ashi, but on here, if you notice in Heikin-Ashi, you can't really do back testing with Heikin-Ashi candles on. So look, this is what we're going to do. See how it closed underneath, right? Over the top, all right? So I wait for the second candle. So we'll see this. I long right here for my 20 pips. I look at the strength meter, of course. I also look at the news. All right. All right. So I look at the news as well. All right. And so you see right here is over the 55. It broke out of this range. Matter of fact, let me go to the 15th. I'm sorry. Let me go to the 15th. All right. All right. Right here. Sorry about that. All right. Here we go. And then from right here, it broke out. All right. See how matter of fact, let me go back to the 1 hour. That's where we're going to go for the 1 hour, because to me, the 1 hour just has more confluence for me. All right. So we're going to go from here. See how it broke out right here? Boom. Go 20 and 20. All right. And let's see how this goes. All right, and then we're going to fast forward. Boom. There you go. All right, so it actually gave you your 20 pips right there. Boom. So over the 55, broke out of the Asian range. All right, get in on the second candle closing. All right, and it took you a few hours. It took you from 2 to to 9 o'clock this time. All right. All right. So it took you about a few hours. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go to the next day. All right. So you can go into the 1 hour. That's fine. Or you can go to the 15-minute chart. Chances are on the 15-minute chart, you just get in a little bit quicker. But for the new guys, sometimes it can be a little confusing. There's a lot more price moving on the 15-minute chart. So sometimes, most of the time, I like to do the 1 hour. So here we go, right here. This is where you would have got in right here. All right. And let me see, where is my, not the sharp position, I'm sorry. All right. So make sure it's a strong Heikeneishi candle. Where we at? All right, then we would have got in right here. Boom. Or particularly, if you didn't want to take this trade, you could have just rolled it out. You don't want to take this trade right here because look, it's over. It's actually closing underneath the 55. So if you wanted to wait and look at the buys, me personally, I probably wouldn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Me personally, I probably wouldn't have took this trade right here because it's too close to the weekly high. So you could have took it right here. You would have got your 20 pips. Or let's see where this closes. Right here. Let's see if this still works. 20 and 20. All right. Let's go 20 and 20 on the 1 hour. And let's see if this still works. All right. All right. This one didn't work. All right. So that's why it would have been good to actually go down to the 15-minute chart. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Is it still going? It's still going. Here we go. On the 15-minute chart because I just got in too early. Too late for that one. All right. So if you see, let's go back. Boom. Right here. But if you're scalping for 20 pips, I'd say the best thing to do is just go over, go to the 15-minute chart. All right, so let's go. Here we go, right here. Let me stop right here. So it closed over the top, the Asian range, right? Boom, right here over the 55. Go to your 20 pips. All right. Boom. All right, here we go. Boom, it actually hit the price target. All right. So just be wary, like I said, from taking trades all the way up to the weekly high. Because on Tuesday, it also gives you the weekly or previous resistance. So you definitely want to come down to the 15-minute chart. And if you see it, you entered the trade at 145 and you got take profit about an hour and a half. All right. So just remember that. The 15-minute chart or the 1 hour chart, either or. Just be careful when you're doing a 1 hour chart because looking at your the next resistance. So remember on Tuesday I also trade the reversal. All right, because my pair, I noticed it also makes the weekly high on Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, and then or the weekly lows on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then go from there. All right. So let's go back to the 1 hour chart and see how this goes. All right. Here we go. If you see it, it went off this resistance line. All right. So what I don't do is I don't take sales until I see this turn right here. You see this turn right here. All right. You see this doji candle right here. So you typically could actually, let's wait for one more candle. All right. And you can hop in right there and ride it all the way down. All right. You can go 20 pips if you want, or you can go back to the weekly open right here. All right, let's just do 2-to-1 ratio. Oh, let's do what I always do. Let's do 20 pips. All right, we do 20 pips and get out and see how far that takes us. All right, boom. You get in right here. Boom. Let's go down. Keep going. Boom. 20 pips. All right. It took. We got in around. See, that's the New York session. So we got in. If you could actually get in around 11. All right, which I said, if you're new to it, do not trade after 10 because sometimes you'll get confused. All right. So if we look at this one, this is the one trade of the day. All right, you could actually, if you want to take another trade, you can check it at you would have took it at 10 and got out around London the next day if you wanted to ride it all the way down. All right, so hopefully that made a little sense. I'm not gonna. This is the outcome for the week so far. All right, and if you look at it, it went up. All right, hit that resistance line at 27200, and it actually came down to this week right now where it's currently at is 257. All right. So just looking at that, I'm gonna go back to the Heikin-Ashi candles. All right. So just look at this right here. All right. This is I'm gonna go on the 15-minute chart for that one. Let's see. All right. Let me show you the trade from earlier. All right. So from just the New York's the Asian session alone. All right. So if you look at it right here, this was yesterday's. Let me get this so you can look at it. So it's over the 55, two strong candles, right, on a 15-minute chart. All right, you jump in over here, boom, you get your 20 pips, you get out. All right, hope I'm not going too fast. All right, if not, just rewind it. All right, and then you can get in and get out the market pretty fast within about an hour or so. That's the volatility of GBP, GBP CHF. All right. Go back to the 1 hour. Hopefully, you guys don't have any questions. This is this week in a nutshell so far. My best bet is I don't trade on Fridays. I leave it alone because most of the moves are happen on Tuesday through Wednesday. Tuesday through Thursday for me. I would say Tuesday to Thursday for me, and I'm out the market on Friday. All right. Hopefully, you didn't have any questions, and for you guys, the brand new guys who not really tracking the, let's go over here and look at currency strength meter. All right, this is a good thing to look at too as well. Don't base solely your trades off of this. It's just something, another key confluence you can use. All right, the biggest thing is you can look at, euro. You look at monetary policies. You also look at the news coming up. They had some news yesterday for the GBP. You had some news today for the euro. And then tomorrow there's some news coming out for the CHF and the euro. So tomorrow it might be a consolidation day. And there's another thing I must tell you. This morning we had some consolidation, right? Let's look at this. Consolidation right here. All right, let me open this up some. All right, so this was London. All right, this was London. I mean, this was Asian this morning, right? This is Asian session. All right, and this is London session, right? All right, I know some people who took this trade this morning, and this is New York session, right? This right here is what you don't want to do. You don't want to rush the trade. Look at this. England session. All consolidation. All consolidation. All right. All right. So you don't want to rush and take trades just because you want money. All right. So remember this. Look. Over the 55, you could actually take this. Took this trade right here because I took this trade this morning. All right. Under the 55. Boom. Go for your 20 pips. Go for your 20 pips. All right. And you'd have got your 20 pips. Boom. It came down. It took a little bit longer to come down, even if you go to the 15-minute chart. All right. You could have took it from up here, but it was still kind of consolidation right here. So, as soon as it broke underneath, I typically don't like to take the trade until I see it come underneath the Asian session, all right, which was right here. Which, like I said, you can take the trade New York session right about here, and that's 7:30. Typically New Year 8:30 New Year Eastern Standard Time. All right, take the trade right there, get your 20 pips. Boom, it broke underneath. Let me go back to hiking. Look all these strong candles. Look all these strong hiking action candles. Takes all the price noise out, right? All right, here we go. Look at this. Consolidation, dojis, indecisive. We see some strong candles. We see some strong candles, my boy. All right, look at that. Boom. You could roll this thing all the way down to the 257 and scold you a good 48, 50 pips. See, you feel me? You feel me? Look at that. See what I'm saying? But for me, like I tell you, I always get my 20 pips and I get out and go about my business because I got other things to do during the day. All right, look at that. You would have got that from 7:30. Let's look at where we at. 7:30 to potentially 11 o'clock. 4-hour trade, 3-4-hour trade, you're good to go, my G. Hey, other than that, I hope y'all don't have any questions. Just to recap, we're going to bring this thing back up. And I like the ICT method, so sometime I'll put that in there. So let's just bring this back up. Just remember, write these times down at 2 o'clock a.m., all right, to 5 a.m., and 8:30 to 10. Now, if you see a juicy trade coming up and you going to sit there and you how your confluence line up along with the technical and the fundamentals, go ahead and do it, my boy. All right, other than that, you guys be easy. All gas, no brakes. Make sure you train and make sure you study. I'm out.